Hey guys, got some footage of me fighting Mirandah, who's a knight with a whole lot of BR, is the first person on the Wartune West servers to get a red sylph, and just somebody who's really come up in BR. I think it was a real shocker for a lot of the top players to see her coming up in the rankings, because at one point she still only had level 70 gear or very few pieces of 80 gear and had more BR than so many of us who had all level 80 gear and a lot of Holy Forge and all of that stuff. So really pretty scary. Has this big red fire sylph, which is quite formidable. And so I have a couple fights here. The beginning of this fight got cut off a little bit because I didn't really expect to. I didn't see anybody initially in this BG, and then I got into a fight with Mirandah, so I threw on the recording. So here, starting off pretty standard. My kid is much weaker than pretty much everybody of my caliber BR, and so you'll see mine die pretty quickly. She's going into sylph mode a little bit early, but I'm sure I'm trying to get a heal in here and then going. Okay, maybe I didn't go into sylph mode. You'll know what my plan was here. I'm basically catching up on some of my footage that I had taken while I was visiting my parents, but I'm also been in between properties, and so it's been quite hectic trying to make any sort of videos. At least now I can get back on track, and so I'll have some more out very soon. So here it just doesn't quite cut it. I think I didn't go into sylph mode quickly enough, and I didn't manage my heals very well either. This isn't my fire resistance. I don't have any dimensions here. I did check afterward, but I do have fire resistant crystals on the whole time, and so that's about as good as my res is going to get. I very rarely do fire dimensions, so not much I can do there. So the second time around, I thought maybe it would go a little bit better. She does have to use a heal rune at the beginning because she's at half health from the fight before. I think we had been talking about Titan War, which Titan War is already over, and I think at the time I was talking about half Kavla, Johnny Walk, and Hermie being the favorites for winning that, and they came in second. They were still very, very strong. I did not realize that Solara had a very, very strong team with him as well. I think Landbow had recently gained a lot of BR or something like that, so they were quite tough from what I've heard. But this footage is from before then, so usually I try to keep things in chronological order, but not working out this month. So here it's really hard to manage when I'm getting into sylph mode. I want to be able to heal and have Centauria and things like that, and use my runes efficiently, but yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see when I should time this. The other problem is Mirandah's PDEF is just completely outrageous. After I looked at it, I didn't realize this at the time, but it makes a lot of sense now. But my Dark Sylph deals physical damage, and she's a knight, and I think she has more physical defense than pretty much any knight around. She has a very defense-oriented build, and so I think her physical defense is like 180k or something crazy like that, which is why I'm not dealing much in sylph mode. I bet you her dark resistance is pretty good as well, but a good chunk of dark resistance on top of a bunch of physical defense is really problematic for a mage with a dark sylph. Still managing all right here, but all of her attacks in class mode hurt so bad. I have about 130k or so physical defense, and it's really not cutting it against somebody who has 240k attack or something like that. Physical attack, yeah. So I'm just hanging by a thread here. I think there's something to be said about stubbornness. I know it pisses off a lot of people in BG if fights go long, but I actually kind of enjoy them. You know, I don't have the Grim Reaper title yet, so I still do BG and stuff, and I try and do BG just to keep up videos because I think people like some of the PvP stuff, and being able to see me fight some of the stronger folks. But I'm not super trolly in BG, so for me, finding a fun fight is a lot more valuable than just going around trying to gain honor. And so here I was thinking about it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to beat her with a Dark Sylph. So even though I have physical attack divinity souls in my best set of gear that I just moved over to my Hercules, I decided, okay, I'll try an Electro Sylph. I'm sure, I think I looked afterward, Mirandah still had a lot of electric resistance, but her magical defense was like 130k or something like that, or just considerably lower than her physical defense, and so that was already in my favor even though she had a lot of resistance. I still think resistances are very important, but it looks like defense is playing more of a role now that the attack stats are so big. It's very scary how much attack some players have now with the dual gems. But yeah, even just in the regular class mode attacks right now, for whatever reason, the Hercules was definitely feeling better. So small adjustment makes a big difference. That Oracle kid is living for a very long time, quite difficult to kill. Oracles are pretty good at taking care of themselves, so even if they don't heal your player, or your player only gets a Centauria or something like that, they will restore or do a group heal or something on themselves and be able to live quite a while. So here I go, straight into a Guardian rune because Mirandah's using that Brute rune, and usually that's a signal that she wants to Delphic because everybody wants to boost their Delphic the most. I think that a Brute rune is an odd choice here. I don't think she really needs the extra power. I think it would be better to debuff me in some way. But here I get a nice double attack, and then by the skin of my teeth I live with 20k HP. And get in that flash storm. I'm very lucky that there was no deflect or anything like that. But yeah, I managed to eke out one win, so I went 1 and 2. I think that was pretty lucky, just because of my fire resistance is so low. I do have a competitive stats with Mirandah. I mean, some places she's definitely stronger, but otherwise, overall, I'm still in good shape. She has a very strange build. Just looking at the gems here, looking through all of them, you know, very defense heavy. HP is very low for a knight of her BR. Big resistances, which I expected that she had quite a few 9s in there. And then of course Mirandah was the first person with a red sylph, so that's always kind of special. I was talking to one of my guildies lately, and I was wondering why so many knights have this fire sylph. I still don't totally get it. I mean, the fire sylph looks the coolest, which is what my in-game wife Shock recommended or suggested, was that because it looks so cool everybody wants to get it, but it is a little strange to me that so many of them pick fire. So here I was just lining up my stats and comparing them, but you know, that was with Hercules. I can throw on my Hecate, which were, I guess, are the stats that lost, but honestly that last fight really could have gone either direction. That last shot could have crit a little more or something like that, and I would have been done for. And so yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll have some more videos out soon. I have some more BG footage, and I'm hoping to do some self refinement videos as well. So I'll catch you guys later. Take care and have a very good day.